What's up and welcome to RC Retro. Well, things around here starting to look a little different, and we'll talk more about that in one sec. But first, I wanted to take a moment and wish all of you and your families a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a happy and healthy New Year. And with 2025 ushering in, I wanted to give the channel a fresh and updated look, and so I did a little redesigning around here. Got a new table, some stands, and some white bookcase shelves behind me to allow me to showcase my collection and share it with all of you. Now, I'm sure many of you liked the way the studio looked previously with the posters and the pictures, but I just wanted to show off my collection a little bit more rather than having all these cars sitting in a closet. I thought it'd be a great way for you to see them and for me to admire and appreciate my collection a little bit more. So this is a great way because every week I could rotate some new cars in and show them off to you. I think it looks very clean and I'm very happy with the way everything looks. As far as these stands right over here, these are 3D printed stands. I got them off of eBay. There's a seller by the name of Extreme Toys. I'll share the link to his store in the description down below, and I'll also put a little banner at the bottom of the screen with his eBay name where you can find them. These are really good for LOSI and team associated buggies. As you can see, team associated LOSI right here, it fits, so that's great. Very cool. And then also you'll notice that I'm wearing, for the first time ever on my channel, an RC Retro t-shirt, and I thought 2025 would be a great opportunity to open up a merch store. So it's very easy to get to. You can go right to my YouTube homepage, click shop, and boom, it opens up right there. I got t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, a bag, a woman's t-shirt, so you can get one for your wife or your girlfriend. And then, of course, over the course of time, I'll be adding some new products, so I think that's pretty cool. The revenue that's generated from that, as well as my YouTube channel, goes right back into the channel because I pretty much only spend my money on RC cars. So that's cool. Just remember, everything I pretty much do on this channel is funded out of my own pocket, so anything I make goes right back into it. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do this as a hobby. And so I'm very passionate about this hobby and I love it. And so I will try my best to continue to bring you some really cool content through 2025. Now, speaking about some really cool content, well, what can we expect from the RC Retro channel heading into 2025? Well, I'm going to put the camera on pause, bring up a few kits right over here, and I'm going to share with you how we're going to bring in 2025 and what I'm going to get started on building right away. So I'm super pumped to get 2025 underway, as there's going to be a lot of building taking place on the channel. Now, a few months back, I did a video on a Tamiya Sand Scorcher expert built kit. Now, these are super rare. I was after one for quite some time. One finally popped up on Buy, so I pulled the trigger and I unboxed it on the channel, and it looks absolutely amazing. However, it got me thinking and feeling like I really need to experience what it's like to build a sand scorcher, and so I went out and bought myself one for the holidays. So I'm eventually going to get to this, but before I do so, I got some team associated to showcase on the channel. Now right here we have the RC10T. This came out a few months ago. I never got around to building it, but that's because I took the body out and sent it out to be custom painted, and I went with Moo. Can you figure out what I did there? Moo. If you could read between the lines and you're a fan of Team Associated, you'll know exactly what paint scheme I went with. So I'm going to get to this in a little bit on the channel, but before that, I got to take care of this bad boy right here. This is going to be the first built kit for 2025 on the channel. The Team Associated Team Car Gold Pan. I was super excited when they announced this. I pre-ordered it, and wouldn't you know it, like a week later they said, your item is being prepared to ship out. Couldn't believe how quickly that was, right? The turnaround time was just a week. So I already opened this up, took the body out, cut it out, and painted it. And I went with metallic green. So any guesses as to what paint scheme I'm going with? I had to order some stickers from MCI. I don't know. Not really a fan of the box art on this one, but we'll talk more about that when I do the standalone video for this. So this is how we're going to start off 2025, building this. As soon as the camera goes off and I edit this video and I post it on YouTube, this box is going to be opened up, everything laid out and built. And yes, I am going to run this in the spring when it gets a little warmer. And then this guy too. So looking forward to that. But above all else, the one that I was the most excited for, believe it or not, was when Tamiya announced the Hornet Evo. I just love the fact that they're kind of refreshing the Hornet, taking away the slappy back. I have a Hornet. It's a favorite of mine when it comes to our crappy buggy race class, if you watch the racing videos on my channel. But I think this is a great idea. Just makes it a more viable runner. And when I open this up, I'm going to do a time-lapse build. And the body on here was sent out. I actually had a spare Tamiya Hornet body that I sent out prior to even getting this kit. That I had a custom paint job done by Custom RC Graphics. So I am not going with box art on this one. So that will be a time-lapse build. And then my plan for this is in the spring, I'm going to try to sneak this into the crappy buggy race class and see if anyone notices. Pure domination. We'll see how that goes, all right? So these are a few of the kits that I'm going to get building right away to start 2025 off. As well as you will see some pre-shot videos with the old background in the studio that I have already uploaded on YouTube. Now, one video that I am going to plan on putting out for 2025 is a fire sale video, meaning there is some of my collection that I'm going to be parting away with, whether they're custom painted bodies or just spare body kits or even built kits or new in box kits. So I was toying around with the idea of doing raffles, but then I was like, you know what? Let me just do like a fire sale where I do a half an hour long video and I put out a whole bunch of stuff that you could decide if you'd like to purchase or not. So it's first come, first serve video where I just say this has to go and that has to go and this has to go, because, you know, I just kind of figured out that I'm really not crazy about it, not really fan of it in my collection, and I'm going to share it with all of you and see if you'd like to purchase some things. And that was a big hit last time, so I'm going to do one of those videos again where some RC items have to go. All right. Now, one huge goal for the channel in 2025, I know it's winter time, is, and I say this, and because I say it, I think I'm going to have to follow through with it, is I would like to build a track. And so my wife won't let me touch our backyard. However, we do have another property in Queens, New York, that is. And if you're familiar with New York, you know the property size in the city is not very big. And so I have a little piece of land that is, if you follow like Adam's playground, and you ever seen his track before, my backyard is in Queens, my other piece of property is about that size. So I'm going to be building a track that's about the same size as and comparable to Adam's playground. And I'm going to start that in the spring, and I just think it's a great opportunity for me to have on the channel and showcase some of my RC cars running on there, besides going out to Phil's, you know, because he's like an hour away, or maybe going back to Keith's again, which I definitely plan on doing in the spring, to run a whole bunch of my cars up there. But you know, it's just hard because whenever I go out to Phil's, I got to bring a whole bunch of cars with me to film. Or if I go up to Keith again, it's like, hey, I got to bring 7 or 8 cars with me to film. Whereas this time, if I have my own track, I can just bring 1 or 2 cars for the day. And it's only like 20 minutes from me where I live right now, and I can just go out there anytime and run cars. So that is my huge 2025 goal, is to build a small track just to race some of my cars, have fun, and kind of like decompress and just have fun out there. So that's really it for this video. Just wanted to give you some updates as to where we're heading in 2025. So this isn't a very long video. So some new background, studio, merch, what I'm starting 2025 off, and my big goal for the year is, you know, building my own track. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Once again, happy holidays, happy and healthy new year to all of you. And I'll see you all in my next video. Take care now.
Let's go.